Okay. What's up, Aidan? Thank you for joining me. Everybody, this is Aidan Gonzalez, USD. Aidan, tell us about what your experience in training with AOP from 2 years ago has led to where you are currently now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thanks for having me, first of all. So when I first got to you, I was topping like 87, 88, barely, sitting 84, 85. And then we made a few adjustments on that first one and then top 90 that first session. And then it's just been up from there. Took a break for a little bit off of throwing just to keep the arm healthy and continue to work. And then I saw a big jump through my senior year, hit 92 during the season, and it's just been up from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about what it was like, and everybody that that's watching, what it was like that season or that off season going into your senior year of high school.
Mhm.
Obviously I remember the training part of it, but what was your experience as far as, you said you took time off and then you felt like you were just working training and then you jumped and took off. What did you feel going through that process?
It was definitely a tough process because, I took a long enough break to, get my arm back what it was. It was definitely tough, but going from a topping 90 to going down to barely hitting 86 after that break, it was definitely tough. But I was feeling pretty confident in my abilities. Just to work hard and continue to hit the weight room and go to you, obviously. So it was a tough process, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the big thing with a lot of guys is they'll go through what you went through and then they'll freak out and they'll stop
Mhm.
everything that they were doing and they try to change everything. Do you feel like, you struggled staying positive through that, or you just 100% you knew everything's going to be where I needed to be when the time came?
No, yeah, for sure. There was moments where I was kind of like freaked out a little bit, especially at first when I was barely at 86. I was kind of like, oh crap, like, am I gonna get back up? Obviously, but I just put my head down and worked like I did before, and it's paid off. So
Yeah,
it was definitely tough.
absolutely, absolutely. So, I remember going into that senior season of high school, for you, hearing about, okay, who's talking to you, who isn't talking to you. Tell us about that process. Like game one of this,
Yeah.
were you the opening day starter?
No,
Okay,
no,
so
we had a double header. We had a double header that game, and I threw the second game. Played
okay,
second base the first game, so I was kind of tired, but thankfully, I had that stamina going with you and hitting the weight room, so I was lucky enough to go 4 or 5 innings,
nice.
which was a solid outing, but wasn't my best outing. But with the recruitment early, I wasn't talking to any schools, barely any schools in the summer, just a couple of JUCOs, D2s, but nothing serious. But then it started to kind of pick up a little bit during the first half of season, starting to talk to more D2s, but D1s like USD were definitely not in the conversation. And then finally, when I kept working and throughout the season, hit 90, 92, went on a couple games of throwing CGs and get my velo up. It definitely started to pick up. Talking to a couple schools, and I had a tough decision at first, especially in the first part because I wasn't talking to a bunch of schools.
Yeah,
So I was kind of pressured to make a decision between a D2 school or JUCO because it was definitely late in my senior year already,
right.
but decided to bet on myself for sure, and just kept working, put my head down, and just keep working.
Yeah, and it's looking like it paid off with that hat you're wearing on your head.
For
Um,
sure, for sure,
you're
dude.
definitely a testament to a lot of the guys that go and bet on themselves and believe that, with the work they've been doing, the time they've put in, that they know where they've been, they know they'll be there in game, and it happens. I feel like a lot of guys, they'll just lose faith in themselves, or like they'll be coming into the last three part or last quarter of the season and they just freak out that nobody's called them other
Yeah.
than a junior college, let's say, and obviously this is a guy that's 88 plus like you were for the majority of your season, you know.
Mhm.
So it was awesome to watch. Everybody around you loved it. I loved watching it happen, and it was amazing. And I'm glad to see you over there at USD with my guy Coach Full and the entire
Yeah,
coaching staff
thank
over
you.
there. Leading into that now, tell us about how it's been at USD. Do you feel like you came in ready? Were you shocked? Baseball wise, obviously schooling is always tough, but baseball wise, how do you feel so far?
Yeah, no, baseball wise, definitely super nervous. You know, there's a bunch of older guys, everyone's bigger and stronger than you, but you just have to trust yourself and trust in your abilities, and stay confident. Honestly, I was pretty confident throughout. I knew what I could do and I know who I was. So if I just went out there and compete and just put my head down and keep working like I always did, you know, it'd pay off. And so far, I've been adapting really well. Been loving the guys. The coaching staff's been great, great to me, especially. But yeah, it's definitely tough because college is tough with school, balancing everything, waking up in the morning for weights, having practice, then weights, then homework. It's definitely tough, but you know, still getting through it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely something that freshman guys like you know, sometimes have an adjustment period, but knowing the
Hmm.
quality that you are, you're gonna, like you said, you hit the ground running, you're gonna be fine. Um,
For sure.
but yeah, I mean, I don't want to take too much of your time. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to share with anybody out there that's watching on the AOP page, or maybe people that know you. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, honestly, just keep working. You know, not everything's going to be smooth. There's obviously going to be a bunch of obstacles, but it doesn't matter how you face those obstacles as long as you get through it. You know, just keep working and be confident in your abilities. You'll be fine no matter the process. Everything will work out.
Awesome. Awesome. That's definitely well said by a guy like you, Aidan. We appreciate you, you know, coming on into the Zoom for us, and
Mhm.
best of luck. And we'll be talking soon, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.